It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, a terrific matchup to decide who represents the NFC in the Super Bowl. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and our home team. The George Halas Trophy awaits the winner of this one, as well as a spot in the Super Bowl. Thanks for being with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Greg, the anticipation's thick. Love this moment where we have a champion in the NFC crowned on this field. Couple of teams don't like each other. What are you going to be watching for in this one, partner?
Yeah, I think one of the coolest things about these conference championship games, Mike, is how well these two teams know each other. You find yourself here in the NFC, you're playing, not maybe every year, but you're playing each other a lot. You know their tendencies, you know the roster, you know the opposing coaching staff. There's some bad blood built up, not only over the course of this season, but previous ones. And tell you what, we wanted the best two teams in the conference with a game on the line to go to the Super Bowl, and I think we got it.
So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time, and leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This place is rocking right now, Mike. I mean, neither one of us can even hear each other speak. This crowd is certainly doing their part. They're trying to create as hostile of an environment as humanly possible to give their team the upper hand. And he's going to have to overcome this atmosphere if he's going to lead his team to the Super Bowl. This isn't going to be an easy task by any stretch of the imagination, but as long as he goes out there and he plays smart and aggressive, we're going to have a shot to fly back home as NFC champs.
On second down, Hurts. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. A pistol snap back to Hurts. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with a sack.
That one good for 26 yards.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
There's the tight end, Grant Calcaterra. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Hurts. Oh, yeah. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That is intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Love.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
This crowd ready in anticipation their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the rookie from Alabama.
These are the type of games, Mike, where you can become a legend, not only for your franchise, but to the entire city. His play throughout the year has helped them get to the point where the NFC Championship is taking place in their stadium. And if he's able to continue to play at that high level over these next 4 quarters, his team's going to have a real shot to end the weekend as NFC champions.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jones to throw. That'll be caught downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Throwing on 1st down is Jones. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here comes the 3rd-year man out of Michigan State, Kenneth Walker. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. One quarter down, 3 to go on the road to the Super Bowl. What? They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That is Jalen Carter, the Georgia product, barreling in for the sack. Back to throw is Jones. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. On play action. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Julian Love brings him down. Third down, 3 to go. And in motion is Smith. 3rd and short, and Hurts will throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. That's fielded at about the 18. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Redwoods offense ready to take over for their second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Still 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Jones. He'll get this complete to Walker.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Jones. That'll be intercepted. Picked up by Cooper DeJean.
You know, Mike, what I think is interesting is we had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and it kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the 2nd round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a 1st rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this, there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be kicking themselves for skipping over him on draft night.
And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. And in motion is Brown. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the 1st half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. And that one doinks off the upright and in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Eagles will tie this game up here late in the 1st half. So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Redwoods offense ready to get back at it. They'll set out in search of a 1st touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. That's over the middle and taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And he's out of bounds inside the 30. A huge play just before the half. 41 yards. On play action, it's Jones. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Jones to the air again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the lines of game, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we've hit halftime here in the NFC Championship game. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with EA Sports. Halftime and no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. Both of these teams hoping to be the ones to lift the George Halas Trophy. Quarter number 3 of the NFC title game underway. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Redwoods offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Jones. He'll take a shot downfield looking for Cup. Reed Blankenship had the tight coverage and comes up with the defensive play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Jones. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Okay, ready? No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. They do go for it. It's Jones. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them. Again, they'll throw with Jones. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Again, it's Jones. That pass caught right side, Valdez Scantling. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Jones. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around, to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man. The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Throwing is Jones on third down. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Redwoods will extend their third quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A first down throw for Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. Now it's going to be third down. To throw is Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a third down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on third down? Third downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Now Hurts going to call his own number. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run the toss to Barkley. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. To throw on second down is Hurts. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Big play coming up. This is third down. Here's a handoff to Barkley running left. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. The idea here on second down is in the event you're unable to score, at least put yourself in a third and manageable goal-to-go situation. But now after taking a loss, it really changes their approach here. And
he'll take it on in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. The game-tying touchdown here in the fourth quarter and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this fourth quarter lead.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the fourth quarter. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. Jones now on first down. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
So from the 39, they come up on first and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. That is caught downfield by Cup. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 32 yards. Jones now on first down. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Noah Fant. And he's in. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Redwoods. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
And now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Throwing, Jones. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
So a big change here. They go from down 1, score the touchdown, add the 2. Now they lead by 7 as they kick it off. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got his man Brown. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Back to crown the NFC champion after this. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position.
Here we go. Ready?
First run of the game here with Zach Charbonnet. And he'll be taken down. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Walker. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. Now here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Walker. And he will power his way into the end zone. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown Redwoods.
And that's exactly how you stress all week finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Redwoods move out to a 24-10 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Gotta get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Goddard. It's a gain there of 26 yards. One timeout at their disposal, but the more pressing need, have to score twice. It's 1st and 10. Now Hurts. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. On 2nd down, Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He gets that to the veteran Aguilar. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That's caught. It's Will Shipley. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Here is 2nd and 7. Hurts will try it again. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. 3rd and long for Hurts. That's to the right side. Caught by Goddard. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.